What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Swanted Productions for the Love of Sports. I am joined by my friend Jean-Marc today. We have a jam-packed episode yet again for you. We are going to be talking about early NFL MVP candidates. We're about halfway through the season, so I think it is about time to see which ones are the best and which ones are the worst. Before we dive in, Jean, I'm going to let you introduce yourself. If you have anything to say, go for it by all means, man.
For sure. Hey, thanks for having me, brother. It's good to be here. Good to see you. So again, I'm Jean-Marc Bertollet. Pleasure to meet all you guys. Here to have a good time, hang out with one of my best friends, talk some sports like we usually do. I mean, I remember back in the day we used to do it all the time. Uh, Anything from watching sports, playing video games, and all that. It's good times, brother.
Oh yeah, man! I remember the days from I was like 19 and we'd be playing FIFA till like 4 in the morning. I
Way too
remember
late.
that. Way too crazy. That's me though. I love sports. My name's Robert Swan. I'm the host of this show. If you guys are tuning in, please press that subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We talk about everything and anything sports related, so don't miss out. Join the movement. So let's get it started, Jean. I'm going to be talking about my first MVP candidate, and that is Lamar Jackson. And the reason why I'm talking about Lamar Jackson is because that guy is the key pivotal part to that team. If they don't have Lamar Jackson, I'm sure the Ravens would even be like at 500 because they don't have anyone around the team that could lead like Lamar does. The running game is led by Lamar. The passing game is led by Lamar, even though he has been slightly getting better this season in the passing game as well. So I will give him credit towards that. The Ravens are 5-2, and they are tied for the top of the division. They're currently in second because they just lost to the Bengals. But without Lamar, I don't think this team is even close to 500. So that's why I'm putting him in my MVP candidate, because without him, they're just bad. What do you think about Lamar Jackson?
For sure, for sure. I kind of agree with that a lot. He is the face of that whole franchise. He's their marketer. He's their pool guy. He does everything. So he's out there not only leading the team, he's out there running, throwing, balling out. He's the face of it, like one of the main people when you think of the NFL. Like he also has that media pool as well. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He's fun to watch, super talented, and I don't think he has one yet. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens continue to do well if he snags that MVP. Who do you got for your first early NFL MVP candidate?
Yeah, for sure. The first one I'm going to talk about, he was on a bye this week. Division rival of Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert. This kid's young. He's balling out. He's just a monster on the field. You watch him, he can run as well, different style, but like he's still mobile. He can throw it and sling it deep. I mean, the dude is huge looking at him. Like he's way, way tall. He's 6'6". Like that's nuts. And he's running around at that speed. Yeah.
Yeah, you could definitely throw Justin Herbert in there because the Chargers are actually at the top of the division, which is something we haven't seen in a very, very long time. So with all the pieces that Justin Herbert has around him, I wouldn't be surprised if Justin Herbert and the Chargers make the playoffs. I support that notion, and we'll see going forward. We're only halfway, so this is just an early NFL MVP candidate for you guys. But let's go on to the next one. For the next one, so far, the leading MVP candidate in my mind is Kyler Murray. And the reason why is that the Cardinals are 7-0 and the best team in football right now. Best record, top of the division, top in the NFL. He is lethal outside of the pocket, which makes him a dangerous quarterback because once he's out of that pocket, he can make a play happen from absolutely nothing. And plus, you got a loaded wide receiving core, which makes it extremely dangerous. The defense only got better. Kyler is leading his team to success right now, and they're in one of the hardest divisions in football as well. They play the Niners, who have been injured. Seahawks have been injured. The Rams are right there. They can't even be at the top of the division, and they've only lost one game.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
the Cardinals are rolling. If they keep it up, who knows how many games they'll win. I think they're for sure going to the playoffs without a doubt. Kyler Murray is my leading NFL MVP candidate so far. What do you think, Kyler?
I agree with that. Like he's definitely one of the best QBs in the league right now. Like you look at the cast that he has around him and the amount of support. Like if they continue on this trend for the rest of the year, they go undefeated, and he continues to ball out like he is. No reason you can pick anyone else, in my opinion. But there's a lot of different issues that can always happen down the road. Things are looking good, but when teams go 7-0, 8-0, 9-0, it gets harder and harder to win that next game. So we'll see.
It's true. It's true. They got some tough games coming up, I believe, too. So, moving on, who do we got for your second early NFL MVP candidate?
Yeah. My second one here. This is a little bit of a bias. I mean, my stepdad is a fan of this team. This kid grew up in the Central Valley in California, where I'm from. Josh Allen of the Bills. Again, another monster physically, like 6'5",
Big guy.
238. Also slightly mobile, has a cannon arm. He's got 15 touchdowns right now on the year and 3 picks. Like, that's insane. Already at 1,700 yards for the year. Like, dude's killing it. He's got a week of rest this year, and then he's got some more games coming up. But yeah, that team is fun to watch. Him to Diggs is just a special connection, man. He sometimes he just throws it and doesn't matter. Diggs will come down with it.
Absolutely. And Josh Allen has only gotten better every single year.
Constantly improving.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills make it this year to the Super Bowl. I got at the top of the league for the AFC, I got the Bills and the Ravens currently so far. I'm sure I'm missing a team. I got to check my list, but Bills are definitely a team that has a shot at making the Super Bowl because of Josh Allen and that big body. So I support that notion. It's really hard to choose from these MVPs when you have so many talented teams and players.
And, like, at the end of the day, any of them could win it. Like, and
Any of
make a
them.
case. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're only halfway. So this is just a prediction for us. We'll see going forward towards the end of season if possibly one of our predictions were right. I'm going to hope so. So let's talk about the next person, and that is Dak Prescott. It is somewhat good to see the Cowboys actually doing well this year. I've said before, I don't know if I'm fully sold on the Cowboys yet. They have played teams that they are supposed to be beating, but I cannot lie. The Dallas Cowboys offense looks really good right now. Looks great. Dak Prescott has all his weapons back. Seems like everybody is mostly healthy for the most part.
Yeah.
He has CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Schultz. He's feeding everybody. The Cowboys, they have one of the highest ranking offenses. I think it's top 3 in the NFL. And he also has one of the best records in the NFL as well. They've only lost 1 game. So I think we have to give credit when credit is due. Dak Prescott has had, I believe, multiple 400 throwing yards games with multiple touchdowns as well. So I got Dak Prescott on there. We'll see how the Cowboys keep it up. You never know, but a lot of people around the country are Cowboys fans. So that could play into a little piece for the MVP voting. So I slipped Dak Prescott in there for now. We'll see how the Cowboys do. What do you think of the Cowboys so far this year? And what do you think of Dak Prescott?
For sure. The Cowboys, man. I mean, it's America's team, right?
Yeah.
That's a nickname, whatever. Okay. They're cool. They're fun to watch. I mean, all the young talent that's around them with all the young receivers, like it's so cool to see the transition from them going right into from college into the league. And for Dak to come back after everything that he's been through in like this last year and a half plus. Like, it's nuts to see somebody performing at that level that he is right now, considering what happened and like all the young talent that's around him. Like, he's got to be the one to be there to lead it and show him the ropes and make sure that everything's taken care of. He does have a really nice rushing attack behind him too. I mean, Zeke is nasty. And then most underrated player, in my opinion, on the team, Tony Pollard. That dude is a baller, man.
Woo. Oh, yeah. There are times when Tony Pollard is taking over for more than Ezekiel at some point. So, yeah, they got a good core. They got some good pieces. The defense is a little bit better. The O-line is a little bit better. And they're looking good coming up. They do have some tough teams to play. They got Kansas City. I believe they played Green Bay at one point. So we should see on the level of great teams where the Cowboys rank. Who do you got as your next MVP candidate?
Yeah, my next one here. So this guy, he's a classic, reigning MVP, Aaron Rodgers. Like, the dude's
gotta throw him in.
Man, you have to talk about him. He's balling out as usual. He's winning games. I think he did a pretty good game this last week, I think.
Yeah.
Dude's I mean, he does his touchdown move. He owns the Bears. Like, come on.
Part owner, right? Part owner.
Right. Somebody sell him some stock.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers always in the conversation, always in the playoffs. I mean, I will attribute that to the Packers being in one of the worst divisions in football. But
Yep.
yeah, you can't deny the greatness from Aaron Rodgers with Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones. He's got weapons, even though the organization isn't always cooperating with him. He comes in and he is professional and he's
Yeah.
still getting the job done. Aaron Rodgers always going to be in talks for early MVP candidate conversation, without a doubt. So we went through our top threes for early NFL MVP candidates. I'm sure we can go on and on down the list, but we're not going to do that. We're going to wrap it up. Those are our top threes, but we do have another part called honorary mentions for all of y'all. And that is where we throw in maybe one or two that we haven't discussed. And Jean, I'm gonna let you take that. I'm gonna let you take that first and see
For sure.
maybe
Yeah.
what people are still in the running but not are elite.
So this guy, he's here in my honorary mentions because I couldn't talk about more. He's still like one of the most important players on his team. I hate that I even have to pick him because of the team that he plays for. And like Derrick Henry, like this dude is insane. Monster, 6'3", 238.
Monster.
He's just flying down the field. He's right now, after first 6 weeks, he's got 869 yards. Like what? He's on track to almost hit 2,500 yards rushing. He has 10 touchdowns right now. 10.
Yeah,
30 touchdowns.
If anyone's
2,500
watching
yards.
this, they're
That's
probably going to
nuts.
be like, why aren't you guys throwing in receivers? Why aren't you guys throwing in running backs? It's simply because there hasn't been any MVP caliber running backs besides maybe Derrick Henry. Besides, I believe he has like a 4 touchdown lead on the second best
Yeah.
running back, right? And as far as receivers, there's not that many out there as well that are on MVP candidate level. So it was tough making this list, but we did put Derrick Henry in because he is always an animal. And if he keeps it up, maybe he can snag the MVP because I believe the Titans are 5-2 and are starting to pick things up. So it is possible. For my sleeper, I guess you could say honorary mention, I was going to go Cooper Kupp, Sean, but I have to change things up on you because of this Sunday. And my sleeper honorary mention is Joe Burrow. Okay, the reason why I picked Joe Burrow is because the Bengals were so awful and have been so awful for so long. And not only have they beaten, I don't know if they've beaten the Browns, but I know they beat the Steelers. And now they have beaten the Ravens and are at the top of the division. We could possibly see the Ravens in the NFL playoffs. Joe Burrow's doing a great job. The interceptions aren't super high. He's throwing touchdowns, is having big games, leading his team. So if the Bengals continue to get better and possibly lock in a number 1 or 2 seed, who knows? Maybe Joe Burrow will become the MVP. He's a likable guy. But what do you think? I might have shook you on that one. I know that wasn't scripted right there.
His man, well, he's got Jamar, man. He's got his boy. Like he's
It's
got
looking
all
good.
It's fun to see again. Like that's what he's been used to. He's got him back there. The team's all coming together. Like being a Jaguars fan and being a Bengals fan, I feel like is almost similar because our teams are so bad and we just both got the number 1 picks. And to like see Burrow performing at the level that he is right now, I'm down. Like that's so cool to see. He's just a young dude coming in, tearing it up.
Yeah, absolutely. So we went through our NFL candidates. We hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Again, please, if you have not subscribed, you want to join the movement, stay updated with today's sports world. Jean, do you have anything to say before we go?
Yeah, for sure. One, thanks again for having me, man. It's always good to see you. This was fun.
Of course. Yeah.
I had a really good time. And then second, I just started a new position this last 2 months. I'm almost finished my training now. I just joined it as a recruiting agency, Actland Engineering and Health Sciences. We help place a lot of people in the San Francisco, San Jose area in really nice jobs. We work with a lot of top tech companies, automotive companies, you name it, across the board. If you're looking for a job actively or passively, hit my line.
Awesome. You guys heard it here first. My name is Robert Swan. I am the host for The Love of Sports. Again, have a great night, guys, and we will see you soon, okay?
Good night.